Thanks for inviting us in. It's 11 o'clock and we begin on this Monday evening following breaking news in Hancock County. A pedestrian is dead tonight after a crash in Fortville. We just got the update from investigators in the last half hour. Here's what they're telling us. The victim was in a motorized wheelchair near the intersection of North Madison and Illinois Street when he was hit. All of this unfolding around 8 o'clock tonight. Police tonight telling us that the driver of the car stayed on the scene and is cooperating with this investigation. She was taken to the hospitals with injuries not thought to be life-threatening, and at this hour, police don't believe drugs or alcohol were factors in the crash. And we're also following breaking news tonight out of Beech Grove, where police just announced a 15-year-old is under arrest accused of shooting and killing an 18-year-old. Investigators tonight confirmed the boy was taken into custody at a home near 34th and Emerson here in Indianapolis. Tonight, he faces a preliminary charge of murder. Michaela Bauman was shot last night at Parkview Apartments. Her family told us that's where she lived. Tonight, we're working to learn what led to that gunfire. And here in Indianapolis tonight, a man is in serious condition after a shooting at a park. According to police, the victim told officers he was at the basketball courts when someone shot at him. Officers found him in a vehicle not far from the park, which is near 38th and MLK. Investigators tonight are telling 13 News they're working to find any possible witnesses, so they're encouraging anyone with information about this shooting to report it to IMPD. We're going to be following these stories for you overnight. You'll see any breaking developments in these investigations on Sunrise starting at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. Tonight, police are searching for the driver in a deadly hit-and-run crash on the northwest side of Indianapolis. This happened early this morning along a busy stretch of High School Road. The woman who died is the 17th person killed in a hit-and-run so far this year. That's according to data from a group that tracks this data, Indy Pedestrian Safety Crisis. In total, 33 people have died here in our city after being struck by cars.
First and foremost, this is tragic for that family who's going to be notified at some point later on a loss of life, and it's happened all too often this year.
Now, in the last 3 years, IMPD has responded to 3 fatal hit and runs, all within this same block, and all of them when it was dark. Now our city's Fatal Crash Review Board has recommended changes in that area, including a crosswalk, connecting sidewalks to bus stops, but those changes are not yet in place. So if you have any information about the driver in this case, call IMPD or Crime Stoppers. That's the number, 317-262-TIPS. Tonight at 11, we're getting our first look at the 2025 budget for Perry Township schools. The budget covers everything from increasing teacher salaries to a bus replacement plan. But a big focus of this plan is safety and security. Our Logan Gay was at that meeting tonight and joins us in the newsroom right now to break it down for us. Logan?
Yeah, well, Superintendent Patrick Spray tells me district leaders are utilizing both their education fund and their operations fund to improve safety in their schools. Aside from having their own police department with a dozen officers, the superintendent says they are making sure their tools allow people to report incidences and concerns efficiently. District leaders did not address any cases specifically, but you may remember when a student was hospitalized earlier this month after an attack in a Perry Meridian High School hallway. And back in February, police say a substitute teacher at Perry Meridian was attacked by a 16-year-old student. Tonight, the superintendent confirmed they are having conversations about how to meet the mental health and behavioral needs of students. And he tells me they are considering bringing their weapons detection systems to the middle schools, which are already in use at high schools and sporting events.
It's our first priority. You know, it's what we do to make sure that we secure a safe learning environment. Kids can't learn if they're not feeling safe, and we have a lot of things that we need to think about when it comes to safety. That's physical safety, people, training.
I also asked if there were any changes to the numbers of staff presence in the hallways or bathrooms. The superintendent says supervision is always important and they make sure to have staff around always in bathrooms and in hallways. Now the board will meet again to adopt the budget on October 28th.
All right, Logan, thanks so much. Tonight at 11, Indy residents getting the chance to ask some questions about Indigo's new Purple Line. The rapid transit line extends more than 15 miles between Indianapolis and Lawrence. This route runs up Capitol, over to Meridian, up to 38th, before heading up Post Road to Fort Bend and Ivy Tech. Tonight, Indigo hosted this event at the Fort Bend Library. This way people could get answers before all of that happens. Indigo leaders tell us the Purple Line is more than just travel.
The Purple Line replaces, like I said, one of our most ridden routes, Route 39, but it goes through an area that has been overlooked for a really, really long time. And so not only is it better transit, but it's infrastructure improvements, it's economic development, it is all of the things that come with bus rapid transit.
Purple Line operations will begin Sunday, October 13th. Angela?
Scott, mild Monday night temperatures right now in the 60s. We have 64 in Lafayette, Richmond, and Columbus. Greencastle as well, 65 degrees in Indianapolis and Bloomington, and 66 in Muncie. We'll start our Tuesday in the 60s. It'll be mild, a little muggy, maybe a little bit of patchy morning fog before sunrise. Early morning temperatures in the low to mid 60s. We warm up, 80 degrees for a high, slight chance of a stray shower with skies starting to clear. Yes, there is sunshine back in the forecast, and rain chances are relatively low over the next 7 days. I am tracking a couple of cool mornings. I'll have that in your 7-day.
Here's a look at the other stories making headlines right now. 3 men were just sentenced in connection to a deadly robbery back in 2022. Julius James Thomas and Carlos Bryant were both sentenced to more than 60 years in prison for murder and armed robbery. Antonio Wynn was sentenced to 49 years on similar charges. Police say the 3 men shot Kerwin Pollard before stealing his car and forcing a woman inside to get out at gunpoint. Tonight, an Anderson woman is charged, accused of attacking her son with a knife. That's according to our partners at the Herald Bulletin. Court documents say police were called to the hospital after a 12-year-old was brought in with cuts. Police were told the woman was having a mental breakdown and was on meth at the time. Tonight, she's charged with domestic battery and neglect. Tonight, we know the name of a man who drowned in a retention pond here in Indianapolis. This happened on the north side last Friday. Investigators tonight confirm crews found the body of Saladin Nasir in the water near 82nd and I-69. Tonight, I-465 is closed at Harding Street. The western half of that interchange is shutting down over the next 60 days. Crews will be working on ramp reconstruction. That includes the eastbound exit ramp onto Harding, as well as the Harding Street entrance ramp to I-465 westbound. Remember, you can find all of our latest local stories anytime on our 13 News app.